welcome back, friends, to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. Always nice to be here to reason with you, friends. And I always try to make sure that whatever topics I will come with, I want to know that someone can be encouraged from it, whether individual or family. All right, so I always make sure that whatever I'm coming with, someone will learn something from what I will be talking about. Before I go any further, I'm asking you, please like right here and subscribe right here and make your comment down below. All right, so join me and I will be talking about a wonderful topic. Let me tell you the topic I'm going to be talking about. Young men call to serve. Our young men are called to serve. And we will go right into it, and I will tell you the reason why I chose that topic. All right? Don't go anywhere. Stay with me on this topic.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me pressing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. We'll wait.
Yes, welcome back again. Welcome back. So, yes, as I said, my topic is young men are called to serve. Now, the reason why I use that topic is because, in today's world, or in today's society, young men are those who are involving in crimes and involving in wrongdoings. A lot of young men involving scamming, involving in, stealing, murdering, you name it. Always young men, always young men. Always young men getting themselves into trouble or getting themselves into things that they are not supposed to be getting into, right? So I'm just gonna speak about call to serve, right? Young men call to serve, right? And you heard this scripture that said, young men, I call upon you because you are what? Because you are young and strong, right? And the reason why God say, young man, I call upon you because you are young and you're strong, is not to say strong in the sense of bodybuilding, not physical strength to show who's stronger than who. No, it's not about that. But it is about your mind, right? God calls young men to serve him because they are young and easy to attain things in their mind, and that they are young and fresh to go out to spread the gospel, right? Because God wants the fresh mind to put in his words in there, so that you can spread the word around and spread the gospel to others. All right, so God called young men because you can move about. You are frisky. You are frisky and healthy to move around and to do the missionary work for God. So that is why God said, young man, I call upon you because you're young and you're strong. And remember, when you get old, there are certain things you won't be able to do, right? When you're old, you won't be able to move around that much and to be brisk, or to be frisky, to move around, to to minister to others. And so God called you because you're young and you can do all of that, what He would want you to do, right? And God called young men because you see, God called men to lead, right? God called men to lead. He called females to, He called women also to serve Him, right? But God requires that men be the lead, right? God requires that men be the lead. And so He will call young men to take the forefront, to take the front lead, to lead from a young age. I mean, He did it, when He was here on earth, when he started His mission when He was very, very young, right? So He's calling us to do the same. All right, so even this Proverbs, right? I dealt with Proverbs the other day, yesterday, and now we are going to be diving into Proverbs again. That says that's Proverbs 23 verse 26, and it says that my son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways, right? So God is calling young men to give Him of your heart, right? Give Him your heart and let your eyes observe His ways, right? So God is calling for your heart, friends. God is calling for your heart, so He can dwell within you, so He can dwell within your mind, right? So He can be a part of you, so you can observe His ways. Now, we see a lot of things going on in society, and if we turn away from God, or if we don't give God our heart, then eventually who will take up that space? The devil. You always say the devil find work for idlers. So if we don't fill ourselves up with God being in our vessel, then who will take it up? Satan will take up our vessel. Satan will take up our minds, and he will influence us, right? He will influence us to do his deeds. Because if Christ is not in our mind, if Christ is not within us, eventually the enemy will place himself within us, and we will do the ways of the devil, not the ways of God, if He's not in our vessel. So God is calling young men to rise up, to stand for Him, to give Him your heart, so that He can dwell within you, and so that you can see things through His eyes, right? Through His leading, right? And that is why we see this world is like this. And even in our country, Jamaica, a lot of crimes being committed by young men, right? Because they don't want to submit themselves to God. They don't want to give themselves to God. So the enemy see that vessel is empty, right? When Satan see the vessel is empty and Christ is not dwelling within that vessel, it is free for him to dwell within that vessel. So he will take up space in that vessel and use it according to his way, or to use that vessel the way he wants to use it, right? So without a vessel, without Christ, Satan will take up that vessel and use it the way he wants to use it. All right, so if you are empty without Christ, friends, Satan will take up that vessel, right? So Christ is calling young men, give your life to Him. Give your life to Him so He can dwell within you. Too many crimes, too many killing going on, and it's all about men. It is young men, it is men doing these things. Why? Because God is not within that vessel. So Satan will take over that vessel and take over that mindset. And eventually you will be seeing things through the eyes of the devil. Start to envy, right? And you know, when you start to envy, all sort of thoughts start to clog up your mind, right? Vanity start to creep in a lot, right? The crave for money, right? The crave for even sex. And these things the devil will use, right? To capture the mind, right? See, scamming, young men gone into scamming because of what? Because of greed and the lust of the eyes. You see? The greed and the lust of the eyes. Now that portray the devil, Satan, right? The greed and the lust of the eyes, right? And so it will bring you to do evil things, right? It will bring you to want more and to envy, to have more than the next man and all of that, and it carries you to end up, you know, you develop such a aggressive and a anger within you that will possess you to want to even commit murder. And we see a lot of that going on, right? Not only in our country but all over the world. But we have to talk about, you know, the country Jamaica that we are living in. And we see a lot of killing, some senseless killing. For when you hear some killing, you really have to wonder. And it is like a pleasure for these young men. It is like a pleasure for them to do that, right? It is like a pleasure. Why? Because the vessel is empty without Christ. So Satan takes up that vessel and do what he wants to do with that vessel. So he will control the mind, which is the driving seat of your entire being. So when Satan takes hold of that mind, he can use it to do anything he wants it to do, right? And we see that is happening in our society today, right? Many young men had passed and gone, right? Because of the road that they take, because of their choice, right? Because of their choice. So Satan lead them to where you want to lead them and them throw them away. Satan does not love you, my friend. Satan don't love you. So when he use you, when he use you, he dispose of you, right? He dispose of you and move on to the next victim. And that's how Satan work. Satan don't love anyone. He don't love you. So when you reject God, then eventually you are taking on Satan. And the deception out there is that there's no such thing as the devil. It is just your choice. And you see, that's the perception that Satan wants the world to have, that he is not in any existence. So when he can have the world to think like that, then he is free to do anything. He's free to do anything, and he won't get any blame, because a veil is over the eyes of men to see and realize that there are evil force that is around, right? Evil force is around, and Satan and his fallen angels, they are the one behind all of these doings and happenings that is going on in this world. Satan and his fallen angels, they are behind all of what is going on. And soon and very soon, he will be revealed to mankind. He will be revealed. Man will see Satan for real. You think it's a red man who has long hairs and long pointed tails and have a three-teeth fork? Well, you have a next thing coming, right? So men will actually see who this Satan is, because time is going to come where he is going to be revealed, right? Time is going to come where he's going to show himself to man, and mankind is going to be deceived when they see him, because mankind not going to believe that this is really the Satan who is behind all the mindset of evil that is going on in this world. Friends, God is calling you to serve Him. Young men, God is calling you. Young man, wherever you are, God is calling you to serve Him, to give Him your heart, because soon and very soon, what we think is fairy tale will come to light. Soon and very soon, the eastern sky will depart, will roll away like a scroll. You think it's a fairy tale, or you think it's a movie. It's not. It's real. God is real, and He's coming back. He's coming back for a prepared people. He's coming back. He's coming back. Things may look normal, and even this coronavirus that everyone think it's a normal thing, or oh, it's going to blow away and then back to reality again. Friends, God allowed this for a reason. God allowed this for mankind to turn to Him, to see who is God. God is not the one that bringing this let this corona come in, but He allowed it to continue for a reason. He allowed it for mankind to serve Him, because time is running out, and He allowed this for a man to make their choice. Who will they serve? God or Satan? Two roads. So young man, give your heart to God, because He called you because you're young and you're strong, and He wants to use you. He wants to use you in the way He wants to use you, to be a vessel for Him and to bring others to come and serve Him as well. Don't let the devil take full control of your mind. You have a choice. God gave you the choice to choose right from wrong. So why not choose right from wrong? Leave the evil alone. No matter what you have done, God is still there with His arm stretched out for you to come and make a life change to serve Him. No matter what wrongs you have done, you still can come and He will forgive you. So I leave it right here, friends. I hope that something was said that can encourage someone. And I'm asking you, friends, please feel free to share my videos. Share it, and let someone hear this reasoning, and they can look into themselves and see something that I have said and make a change. Alright, so join me again, friends, where we will talk about something else that can uplift and encourage someone, because hey, that's what we are all about. But we are all about change, right? And we are all about upliftment and what God requires, right? And so keep it breezy, and remember to like right here and subscribe and make your comment, right? And remember, please share, right? And remember to place a like. A like will encourage, to show me that someone is listening and liking what is being said. All right, so remember, keep it breezy until we meet here again. All right.